I know that in the last few years, a lot of people have had that emotion come up to the surface. So if the anger is constant and it's not met, it's not connected to, anger can truly drain your energy and your life force, right? So a lot of people have written questions to me around things like fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue. So anger that is not met, that is not worked with, will literally tear your emotional body into pieces. And for somebody like myself who can tune in and see into people and what's going on inside of them, it looks devastating, right? But at the same time, anger that is worked with in a proper way, in a healing way, can transform and give you an incredible amount of energy and vitality and passion and clarity, right? So there are no bad emotions. And one of the things that people do is they try to work with emotions in order to get rid of them, whether it's through medication or through other processes that they've learned. The more you do that, the more you will destroy your immune system, your nervous system, your digestive system, because that is not the way to do it. You have to meet your emotions and you must receive the wisdom that they have for you so that they can turn around and work for you instead of draining you. So what are some of the parts of the body that anger affects? I've got here liver. So it's very interesting. Liver and gallbladder and the anger that it gets stored there are not the same. So in your liver, there is a lot of anger, but again, if we go deeper and we break it down and start to truly understand it, the anger in the liver is actually connected to what it is that you are trying to create in this world. And it has a lot to do with your masculine aspect, with your father, your relationship with your father, your relationships with other men, and what you've taken on, how you have been able to be supported and express yourself or suppress yourself, right? So it's a very particular anger. It could be against society or leadership, right? Whereas when you get to gallbladder, it's not anger, it's rage that happens because you have actually pushed the anger out of the liver into the gallbladder. And this is how you get gallbladder stones, because it's anger that gets frozen. Pancreas. So again, the anger in your pancreas is very, very different. This starts to connect more to your feminine aspect and the part of you that doesn't give yourself enough time to connect to your own wisdom, to support yourself, to express yourself, to feel nourished, doesn't connect to people in a loving way, is always struggling, is always frustrated, trying to get a million things done because you have to get them done, right? Doesn't give any time to oneself. So very different type of anger than the anger in the liver. Now, skin. Skin is one of the largest organs in our body and is absolutely affected by inner conflict, right? By inflammation inside the body, by whatever is going on. If we look at it as an organ of detoxification as well, it shows us what's going on. And so one of the things that also I find very important to acknowledge is that if your body never showed you anything, how would you know what to do? And how would you, part of the job or the role of your body is to show you what you need to work on internally in order to evolve, in order to grow, in order to move forward in your life. When we befriend our bodies, we start to go, oh, this is what it's showing me. Okay, I understand now. I can work with you and I can see how I need to make changes in my thinking, my feeling, and my will, in my action. So this, psoriasis, again, when I was working on myself, I realized the amount of anger and rage my grandfather had inside of him and my father had inside of him based on his father. And so I needed to let it go, not just for myself, but for my family. Right? If you truly ever want to help your children, then you got to do the work so that they don't have to do the work for themselves, you and everybody else, right? And this is a huge, huge issue for the younger people right now. And they're being born with much weaker bodies because people don't do the work that they need to do. So then in the womb, the body gets weakened. And it's so obvious right now to what's going on in the world and seeing this. So, you know, again, look at some of the issues we have. And I haven't even written the whole list of them because there's way more. But we have psoriasis as a skin condition coming up, lots of inflammation inside the body through the wrong, I guess, disassociation from anger and just suppression of it. Depression, without any doubt, is suppression of anger and not knowing how to work with it, not knowing how to direct it. Sinusitis, so a lot of people have sinus issues, don't know how to deal with anger, push it away, can't breathe, can't smell life because you're so angry, right? So when you push away anger, because it's such an incredible force, you then have to work with numbness. And your nervous system will numb things by disassociating. So then you actually have no idea what is going on inside of your body. No idea. And this is how people get cancer and disease and all sorts of things showing up and go, I didn't know, because your nervous system is disassociated, right? In order to know, you've got to befriend your body. You've got to really connect with it and work with it and befriend it and love it, not hate it. And just think about it. How many of us look in the mirror, especially as we get older, and criticize ourselves, talk down to ourselves, hate our bodies, judge ourselves? All of that creates numbness and disassociation as well. And so you're not really in your body, you're in your head most of the time. So again, cancer occurs from lots of inflammation in the body, lots of suppression. Some people ask me about tinea and that type of thing. Push it down. So if you push it down into your, let's say, into your toes, that's, so again, if we understand the body, the feet is the area where when you go to sleep is where this stuck, stagnant energy that you have picked up through the day needs to let go and release. But if you have taught your body to hold on, it will not release, and you will start to have all sorts of issues, including, you know, irritation, tinea, lots of discomfort. You want to scratch your body because your skin, because there's conflict, you know, and you can't let go. So massive, massive part of healing is learning how to let go. Again, ulcers, or, you know, that fury and anger of, it depends where they are as well. But let's say it's in your mouth, not knowing how to communicate. Migraines, again, lots of people have asked me about migraines. So migraines are really interesting because they actually connect, if we switch for a moment and look at the subtle bodies, which I'm going to talk about as well, and connect to the chakras, for instance. The root chakra is one of the chakras that holds a lot of trauma, a lot of family issues, a lot of anger and rage, and that has not been connected with or understood, and that will erupt and actually create incredible migraines. And the root chakra is all about manifesting in your life as well, moving forward, being able to live your life on your own terms, so to speak, being able to, believing in yourself, believing that you can connect with the right people, and letting go of a lot of old tribal family type programming. So when we kind of shut down and live in fear and anger, then we're going to have massive issues with migraines because we're disconnected. So think about it in a way that the head and that area leads, and you know, around the root chakra, around your legs, your sacral, you follow, you take the steps forward. So you can't take steps forward and you feel frustrated. And so that energy now rises and goes into your head and explodes. And again, there's way more to it, but I'm just giving you a general point of view and an outlook to start to understand this, just to really start to understand how your body works with you or against you.